the second match today. We're starting off on King's Row here, so we're gonna see a little bit more, a little less I can wall choke action as we've grown accustomed to seeing, and a little bit more, assault map, which is the first time we'll see an assault map this series yet, and it's gonna be really exciting because I think that we're gonna see a really competitive, fun match that I'm really excited for today.
Right, you are. We should have some great games ahead of us. We'll see if we go to all 3 games. This is going to be best of 3, so if anybody gets fortunate enough to take 2 games off of their opponent here, then that will be it. And on the defensive side, looks like we actually do have a shield going to be on that Reinhardt, as well as the D.Va. Of course, the Matrix going to be taken down a notch since the couple patches ago. How do you think this will go for, looks like Goons on the attack here?
Hopping right into it, I mean, we're going to see a dive comp on offense, and that's always a pure favorite for me. But we'll see how this defense shows down. They had that Junkrat for the choke, and Bark was showing up on that last match.
And they do have the Junkrat on both sides here. Going to be breaking down the shield pretty heavily already to start right here. We'll see how much the shield's down to. Going to be actually already down. Junkrat doing massive work in the back there. We have D.Va coming up trying to trade off in the back. Is going to be the Genji trying to take out some of the more important healers up in the back, trying to take out probably like the Mercy as well as the Ana. We actually don't see Ana too much here, and the D.Va will actually lose her mech right now. We have Winston jumping up right now, and there actually seems to be some good kills traded on the side of Birds of Prey, and they are at a 4-6 disadvantage right now, and it looks like that they keep picking off people, so we're going to have a stagger in the spawns right now, and it looks like that the Goons will be able to hopefully take this point. We'll see if Birds of Prey is going to come up, though.
You know, we saw a pretty good take there, and as they're wrapping up this point, I think that they're going to definitely be able to snowball this as they just demech that D.Va, which is huge. That's going to enable Mr. Pink on the Junkrat to go absolutely insane in the second phase of shoots.
And they actually did get her there on the back, so she will be at the far back staggered spawn. Thankfully, she does actually have the Met to get back right there. Actually got resurrected right there. Sorry, go ahead.
That Mercy pick was absolutely huge. I mean, they're in real trouble on this defense here. They really need to pull back and restabilize.
And they are pushing up right here, going down the street, trying to do some damage on the Reinhardt. He doesn't have too much right behind him, so he's in a world of hurt if he's not able to get away. Actually does back off a little bit. They're showing some respect right here. Actually having a Genji get picked off on the side of the Goons, so they're going to be 5v6 right now. Let's see if they're able to push up at all, but looks like they're giving them a lot of respect. That's going to be the second person taken down on Goons. And they do finally decide to join right here on the Reinhardt. Gonna have the pocket healing from the Mercy. Mercy's a little bit off on her own, can't retreat too well. The Reinhardt shield is going to be broken in the back right here, and they're not going up, trying to contest the point. They're kind of split right here with the Reinhardt in the back, not going to be able to be resurrected right now, and that is going to be second point, very cleanly taken by the Goons.
That was, you know, pretty much a rolling cart there for the most part. And we have about 5.5 minutes coming into this last push, and this is really the time that the defense needs to group up. Those Birds of Prey, man, they just need to gather up.
My ultimate's ready.
And right, they do. They actually have the D.Va Mat. There is no Rein shield going to block it in front of himself, so he will get that explosion from the back right there. So that was a wonderful D.Va ult. Unless there's something more impressive than that coming out, then that will likely be play of the game right here. And the Goons not going to find any opposition. The Birds of Prey D.Va finally comes out. Winston shows that, though, not going to find anybody. The Junkrat going to be taken out for his actual rip tire, but they're not able to contest it whatsoever. Reinhardt not pushing up right there. Bart gets on the point, but it's just a little too late.
You know, that's one of those painfully aggressive staggers that we just saw, kind of like a rolling cart, in the sense that there wasn't a lot of regrouping on the side of the defense. You know, if we talk about first point, we had that really clean dive come in from KCMPC on and Gavi with a Genji Winston combo that just really enabled the team to kind of get space and get those picks and really take that first point. And then second point, you know, we saw the absolutely huge pick on D.Va, which translated into a pick on Mercy, which, you know, a team without a main healer is just a team that I don't want to be on personally. And that second point just ended up basically costing them just because of that Mercy pick and the failure to regroup there. And then, you know, on the third point, of course, we have that massive Diva Bomb coming in from Mr. Blonde. You know, that was a 4K Diva Bomb, and I think Statera was trying to make a huge hero play there. He tried to pin that bomb and try to make the big flashy play, but it ended up backfiring on him and gave the enemy team that 4K. And that's, you know, that's really rough to see. And, you know, one of the things that I always try to think about in these type of moments is that, you know, we can get push that cart just as fast as they can. So hopefully we see a pretty and equally as aggressive offense as we just saw from those Gael Goons. You know, really good stuff from both sides of the team. Gael Goons, big amount of time on the clock, but I'm really excited to see how these birds of prey can hopefully glide into some easy captures.
Very quickly, right before the game starts, how do you think is best to actually deal with the Junkrat on both sides here? We saw that the Reinhardt got brought out, but he, of course, gets bursted with the shield very quickly.
So something that I think is really powerful against Junkrat is actually running either a triple tank setup with Winston and Zarya, or just perhaps engaging upon him with a speed boost or something of that nature.
Let's get patched up.
All right, we'll see if we have any of that coming out right here. We do have a Lucio on the side of Birds of Prey, going to be on that attack now on the flip side. And they're kind of playing the choke game here. We have Genji kind of dancing off in the back. They're not pushing up through the choke just yet. We have the Winston looking maybe to jump on the enemy team from a higher point on the bus, or maybe in the back side of the building right there. Nobody's pushing up too strongly just yet. Finally have a jump in from the Winston. Going to be fighting off with the Roadhog. Gets picked off though. Going to have that res come out from the Mercy. So you got 30 seconds on the next res. Winston jumping back in. Reinhardt not finding anybody. That means the enemy attacking team is going to be without a shield right there. Genji gets up in the back. However, he's going after the pocket at 76. And on the point, it looks like that the Goons are going to be picking off the Birds of Prey. They themselves are finding to be the Birds of Prey, it seems.
You know, that's something that I think they had the right idea. They had the Winston jump in and really try to create some space there, but there just wasn't a ton of follow-up there. And, you know, we're seeing this trickle come in. You know, Statera's in there by himself with no one to protect, and then he's just going to fall there. You know, we really need to see a big group up here, and I really think Diva or Zarya picks might be the solution to this offensive take.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder if this is more just coordination, anybody making certain calls, being able to know their own limitations with the team, or going in or not, whatever that is. But there's not really too much contest. Nobody really trying to go off on the Mercy right here. On the side of the Goons, it doesn't seem that they have their ultimate up just yet. Ultimate's closest would seem that it's going to be on the Genji, actually getting up really close to 90%. And actually going to have a trade. It's looking like it's going more on the side of the Birds of Prey in their favor right now. We'll see if they're able to make anything else work for this. We have Cat Visor popped in the back. We'll see what he's able to do. The Reinhardt did not turn around, so he will fall. And then we also have the Transcendence coming out right there. So we actually were able to save the Mercy ultimate, which will be big on this next defensive push.
You know, that still was a lot of ultimates. We saw 3 ultimates come out there from the defense, I believe. And that's something that are 2 ultimates. And that's something that's pretty big. You know, using that Transcendence, you know, there's not a lot of protection on that Mercy now. And if that Mercy gets picked, that offense is going to have a really easy time taking this point.
And the important thing to kind of look at here is that what do they actually have to take out the Mercy? They have the Junkrat, which can maybe get within close proximity. However, with her new ultimate and being able to fly up in the air and just stay up there uncontested without any sort of hit scan, that's probably going to be a lot to deal with for the Birds of Prey. But we'll see what they end up doing right here. They're actually grouping up. Let's see if they end up speed boosting around in unison. Looks like that's what they're getting ready for. Actually getting a pull on the Genji right there. Not being able to take him out, though, just yet. So they're going to heal up. And here they go. Going to jump on in right now. They're going straight to the point. Nobody's going to be contesting. Actually, 2 hits for Birds of Prey. They're going to get 1 res, 2nd res, and we have Mercy ult popped. As mentioned, dual Mercy's ulted. However, they are going to get taken down for Birds of Prey right there. So that's going to be 6 for 4 in favor of the Goons. And they take out a 3rd one right here. And I'd say that that is probably going to be a good hold from the Goons.
You know, that was actually just huge plays on both sides there. We had that huge tire to open up with the 2 picks. And unfortunately, those picks were just not the right heroes. And Mercy cancels them right out there. But, you know, I really like this coordination coming up from the Birds of Prey. I think if they opened up with these concise pushes, I think they're in a lot better state than how they are right now.
And we keep seeing the same thing from them, though. Always this main point, not needing to switch anything up for the side of Goons. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we actually have Bart going in, gets his ult off, but gets taken out immediately. Same thing for the Junkrat, for Fanta in the back, and Gavi going to be taken out. The rest of the team, there was just only the pick on the Zenyatta that was going to happen for the side of Goons. But aside from that, it's a pretty solid win for the Goons.
What I usually decide based on is, does the enemy team have a Pharah, and do we have a Pharah? And if there's no Pharahs in play, go over that bridge safely. But if there is Pharahs in play, go to that white room, get to that closed indoors, and get your back against a wall.
And we see that we have Mr. Blonde and crew over for the Goons, actually waiting on the bridge. Gonna get booped off for the Roadhog right there. There will be no res on that since he is out of play. And we're gonna have a trade on supports right there with the Zenyatta onto the Lucio. And looks like we only have one person on the point. Gonna have that contested right now. Gonna have Gavi on the sides of the Goons being able to take out the Junkrat, which is big. Huge amount of DPS going to be stolen away from them right now. But we have Mr. Pink uncontested for the time being. Going to be jumping around. Finally gets taken out right here by the McCree. And we have trades back and forth right now. We'll find out maybe if somebody's able to take out more support. More importantly, probably 17, so he doesn't get that res just like he did right now. And we do have the D-Mech on the side of Mr. Blonde right now. But Gavi's going to be taking out the 76. And Diva in baby form actually still hopping around right there. Not going to get taken out just yet. But for right now, it looks like that the Goons will be taking it unless they are not able to take out the Lucio by the time that the rest of the team comes in. But a good hook right out of the air. Doesn't get the kill instantly, but ends up eventually finishing off Bark right now. So we will have a staggered support on the side of the Birds of Prey right there. And then we have another trade. Mr. Pink going to be taken out for the Goons. However, Resurrected, you're really seeing the importance of this Mercy right here.
Mercy is definitely one of those key heroes in the meta too, along with that Junkrat, and I think that's ultimately why the Gaelic Goons were successful on that first push, was that Mercy Resurrect.
And we don't see that same utility with the Resurrect being able to be had by Birds of Prey right now. We have a trade. Actually takes out the Junkrat, but gets taken out by the passive himself. You got to move away from that just in time. Have the McCree ultimate popped right there. Actually gets the Mercy. This could be what they were looking for right now. Bart going to take out the enemies in Yada right here. They do demet the Diva. Not taken out just yet. Gets pulled by the Roadhog. They got to make this happen very quickly so the enemy team's not able to regroup. Wonderful sleep on the Roadhog. KC gonna get taken out finally, and they do end up taking out Gavi on that Genji. So it looks like we will flip the point a little bit over 50%.
That was absolutely a massive play there by Matt on McCree. He got that Mercy pick, and then he got the quick nano boost after and followed up with some really nice kills there. Really great stuff from.
And now we actually had a wonderful boop. That looked like it had some oomph to it right there. However, Gavi got stunned, didn't get taken out in the back right there. So this should delay the push up from the Goons for just a little bit until they're able to get their Zenyatta back. He doesn't have that speed boost or anything else to help him get back any more quickly. Gonna have the boop. Nobody's going to be found just yet right there, but we have Gavi in the back taking out the McCree. They do not have a Resurrect, so that is very important to keep note of. Slept on the side of the Genji. However, he was able to get away. The Reinhardt charge missing right there, and it looks like that the Goons will be able to take this back pretty quickly while also saving their Mercy ultimate, so that'll be pretty big for them to maintain this hold.
Warrior just been absolutely freaking nuts there with that sleep dart, and that's actually super impressive to see that Anna pulling out that counter pick to something that we don't see often, and then nail that Genji right in the mouth.
And we just had a trade right there. One pull and then one boop with the Junkrat right there. Gavi gonna take out the other Junkrat right there, and for one trade on the Mercy, I think that's pretty well worth it to be able to take 3 on the side of the Birds of Prey.
Definitely, we're seeing, a really hard retake. This point is notorious for its retakes. It's probably one of the hardest retakes in the game, especially in the control map variant. Really need to see some big group ups here as we head into this last and final fight with a lot of ults on the defensive side.
And we do see the Mercy ult popped up there in the back, not able to find anybody, but Mr. Pink gonna get 2 with his tire, and then we will have the Genji deflecting the McCree back into them right here. We do have a sleep by Ana. She may be able to touch the point, but who else is going to be able to get up in here with her? They're not taking her out just yet. Able to survive for just a little bit, but I don't think 76 is going to make it just in time. And he does not gets whole hogged off the point as the Reinhardt's going to get a pin onto the Genji to end this match.
You know, really want to shout out their Wario and Bark there. Well, they absolutely held down that support line, and even though they didn't have a Mercy, I think they more than pulled their weight there. The Bark with the two, nearly almost 3 boob kills to open up fights, and then Wario had some really sick healing, and combined with that sleep there on the Genji, you know, denying those ultimates, that's absolutely insane play from him. You know, not to be outshined though by Mr. Pink with those massive tires. We saw Gavi with the reflected high noon, which is pretty pog champ. And then also, I think Duxican had some pretty nice incidences there. You know, one thing that I really been seeing a lot from him is counter ulting, and that's absolutely insanely clutch to defend your team against those big ultimates.
Being able to manage your ults and use them when the time is right. We'll see if Birds of Prey will be able to utilize that and flip that back around as we have a trade on both sides. However, we do see that Mercy coming in clutch again, and Birds of Prey actually will say we will match your Mercy with our own. So we'll see if that's going to favor them. Right now we have, looks like going to be the majority of the Goons on the point right here. We had the Roadhog, or I'm sorry, the Reinhardt actually getting trapped right there. And he will get the charge onto the D.Va. However, she is pocket healed right now, and nobody else is going to be in there. Looks like they will be able to capture right now as the Reinhardt shield is going to be low right here. Mr. Pink going to get him with his bomb, and that should be all she wrote for the time being.
You know, we saw some interesting opening picks there, and that's some really great stuff from both sides of the team. But again, what we're seeing time and time again, and we come into these fights, is the heroes are not really dying, with those Mercy Resurrects coming in huge effect.
Yeah, not able to get too much back there. It looks like that they don't really have anything to be able to infiltrate that backline, with the exception of maybe a lucky Roadhog pull if he's able to get in really close back there. However, we do have a Tac Visor up right now from Matt, and able to actually get the Mercy. This could be what they're looking for right here. We have Gavi coming in, gonna be trying to find something with the blade, as we have CK gonna actually end up going down after doing a whole hog onto the other Mercy right now. And it looks like Birds might be able to flip it right here. That will not go over to them just yet. And D.Va actually going to pop her bomb right here as we have a pause.
It looks like Satera's having some internet issues there. He did have the disconnect, and hopefully we'll get him right back in the action. You know, we're seeing a really pog champ retake here from the side of the Birds of Prey. We have currently a Roadhog and a Junkrat in control of the point, but they're currently pushed off of it by that D.Va bomb. You know, Mr. Blondie really made it close. You know, there's only a couple milliseconds left on that touch before the point would have flipped. You know, coming into that, buying this team his stall, that's actually pretty huge here as we come into these last kind of half of the fight. And you know, we're sitting on match point. And ultimately, what I'm going to look for from the side of the Birds of Prey with this retake is, I want to see them take this point. I want to see them just murder this D.Va before she gets in mech, and I want to see a really great Roadhog ultimate to maybe zone his enemies off and give his time a little bit more time to really establish himself in control.
And something that I don't know if you might have caught it, because I missed it. Going in here, was the D.Va actually demethed, or did she choose to actually blow her ult before she actually got onto that point?
I think she was one of those moments where she saw the inevitable death, and so she decided to ultimate a little bit early. I'm not 100% sure in that though, but I think ultimately it is the right choice because of just the time buying that she does.
And I believe actually something that I might need we might need to pay attention to right here is, it looks like that the Mercy on the side of Birds of Prey decided to restart as well, which, if memory serves correctly, for any sort of custom games or any sort of rejoin, you lose all of your ultimate whenever that you do decide to exit the game and come back in. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe that should be fine. And in the sense of that ultimate change, that is how it works, and that's one of those things that I think can make it a big difference. But you know, we're not in a final fight situation. Luckily, the timing of it wasn't exactly the worst, so we can make it work out. And we have both of the players, we have Wario and Satera, back in the game, and we should be getting back in the action here really quick.
And I believe we're getting back into it 3 seconds before we resume right here. So as mentioned, by people switching off, they will lose their ultimate abilities. So on the side of Warren, he's going to be losing his Diva, but it looks like he actually switches off, going to go to an Ana right now as we have the Reinhardt coming back out from Statera. Going to have the pull in the back, and we will actually have a Zenyatta ultimate pop on the sides of the Goons, as it looks like they're able to all get back on the point just in time. And when I hear a DMAC on the point right there, Gavi's going to be taking out Bark in the back right there, as we have War in the back gonna be putting down some solid heals on the Ana. However, he's exposed right now. We'll see if he's able to get picked off. Finds nothing on the sleep for right now. Going to get pulled on the Statera, off in the back, taken down, and there will be no resurrect for him right now, as we have the Roadhog fighting for his life, get a pull, but will be taken out before he can make use of that, and going to have, it looks like the self-destruct kill, I believe from the Genji popping up, might have either reflected that back or just the explosions right in his face. Mr. Pink gonna look for the Roadhog, or I'm sorry, the Riptide right there, and that will be, looks like the game gonna be 2-0 for the Gael Goons.
You know, that retake ended up not